to it, so I've never actually watched a YouTube stream.
So check it now.
Home? It doesn't say you're online.
Hold on. I may just put it on Twitch because yeah, it says live. Yeah, it's there. I may just put
I don't know where to go to look.
it. 20 Sides of Fate. Yeah, it says live.
Yeah, subscriptions, 20 Sides of Fate. I see home, videos, playlists, channels, about.
20 Sides of Fate.
Yeah, subscriptions, 20 Sides of Fate. I see home, videos, playlists, channels, about. Is anyone else able to go on there and see? Because I don't see a live for it.
I am. I can see it now.
More from YouTube live. Is anyone else able to go on there and see? Because I don't see a live. 20 Sides of Fate. Oh, it says live now.
Yep.
Ayo. Okay.
Okay, and I gotta make sure the screens don't lock up. And gotta make sure this stays. Okay. That should be good. I hate this. I hate how it's doing this. It wants me to have it over top of. Alright, so.
It looks frozen a little bit.
Yeah, it does freeze. It's good. The cameras are weird.
It freezes for a long time.
Yeah, well, it freezes as long as I let it freeze. Is there any way to make it not freeze? Performance. No, disable that.
Ow.
No, 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 no.
Let me move this monitor over here. Hello. And you know you can use your the music bot and stuff.
Yeah, I will. I'm moving that to my other monitor because this. Here's the problem. If I take it off my stream software has to occupy a whole monitor on its own because I'm using multiples. So as soon as she gets back, we'll do the thing. Yeah, it's running. It's good now.
Well, she's deafened.
Yeah, I am muted.
Now she's gone.
She's getting her camera set up, so it might be throwing her off.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm gonna.
Actually, I need.
Miss Irina, how are you?
Hi. Alright, I think I got this figured out, and I think I have it configured to where we didn't have like the weird sounds. Or are you guys?
I like how you said weird sound, and I hear your pussy growl in the background.
I have some quesadillas for later. For that.
Oh no, this is getting terrible. Okay. I don't like it already.
Remember how last time there was like a lot of feedback? Well, I think I have it figured out.
Yeah, it's not feeding back at all.
I shouldn't.
Yeah, you sound good today.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me. All right, so we're gonna start with.
Hey, Yuli.
Is he on YouTube?
Yeah, he is.
What's up, man? Okay, so anyway, we're gonna copy that, And we're going to start by, since Pickles, she probably has a more in-depth storyline because she's done this before on multiple occasions. I'll start with her.
And I'm extra.
Yeah, she always got to be fucking center of attention.
Of course.
Alright, so we're going to go to here. Alright, Pickle. So what I want you to do is... So, let me turn this up. Go ahead and describe your character, your name, where you're from, all the bullshit you want everybody to know right off the rip.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, Miss Johnny on the spot. You wanted this shit, now you're gonna get it.
Okay.
So this will
you're
give...
streaming now.
Yeah, so you better get it right.
My character's name is Celine Filios. She was captured... Well, actually, I don't want to talk about that. So she is about 5'6". She's a little over 100 pounds, and her hair is long and has a purple shimmer to it, with cosmic-looking eye patterns. And her skin has a tint to it when it's under the moonlight. Let's see. So she has a pendant upon her head with a moose gracing her forehead. And she is also covered in a purple hooded dress, which adorns moon pendants as well. And she has her pendant that she considers her holy symbol as well. That's all I really want to give out.
Okay. Alright. Now, I didn't come up with a song for Dan. I tried to find one. I couldn't.
I believe Dan already had one, didn't you?
Find it real quick. I'll send it to you real quick. I've got it.
Better not be no Pony by Genuine.
Not as good, okay?
Hate to disappoint. God.
Just send it to me in a message and I'll play it. You have a link for it?
But it's probably easier because I can use my phone history on Spotify and it'll be on there, so it'll be easier to find.
Yeah, just tell me.
I'm grabbing it right now.
Irina, do you feel out of place at all?
What do you mean?
Like on the camera, does that make you feel uncomfortable or are you okay?
I mean, usually when I'm on camera, I'm discussing work. So.
Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of like work, so for some of us.
I don't know if I would put those two together.
Yeah. Well,
if I could drink in my meetings, that'd be wonderful.
All right, there you go. Send it to you.
Is it? I hope it pulls this out. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it on.
Okay, come here.
Send damn cats the whole time we're playing.
Yep. Hasn't been in my lap for like an hour, so it's
I locked
terrible.
it out of the room. I didn't want to get my whole desk knocked over by the 200-pound.
All right, I don't even know what this sounds like. We're just gonna roll with it. Dan chose it, so here it is.
Okay. He gets to choose his and I can't choose mine.
Well, you have to, yeah, because it's got to be. All right, Dan. Go for it.
Nice. You know what this is, Griever.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So describe your character. This man, what do you want people to know? What he looks like?
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I'm a human male rogue. I went with kind of like a Viking aesthetic.
Okay. I can tell by the music.
Medium-sized human, not your typical like.
I don't hear the music.
Hulk. So we're doing about age 30. So, summary of my backstory. Over the years, I have lost friends and family to sickness and territorial conflict. Having little left to tie me down to my home settlement, I set off to travel the lands with the goal of learning of new cultures and to seek adventure and glory. I'm not as straightforward and brutish as most of my kind, but I rely on cunning, my fair sense of social skills, and athletic talent to overcome trials. I look at outsiders, that would, be anybody I'm not familiar to, especially other races, with weary eyes, but nonetheless find great value in intellect and warrior's courage, which are, the factors that allow me to overlook those differences or prejudices. I will go wherever the trail leads so long as I can find the glory and discovery that gives me a reason to exist within the world around me. And big part of my character too, I went with the deity Aesir, which is basically the D&D's version of the God of War. So that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I do recognize the song. Good choice, by the way. That's actually, I really like it. All right.
Right out of the Vikings.
I had a little
Yeah.
help finding it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
one
that's
of my favorites. Yeah,
it's a really good. I like it because I think it's out of the Viking show actually.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, and Irina, do you have something special in mind, or do you want me to play what you can change it later, but for introduction's sake, I'll just keep the one I gave you. Is that fine by you?
Let's skip the one you gave me, yes.
Okay. So oh God, hang on, I gotta pull that. There it is. I gotta put that into wrong thing. Okay. I gotta copy paste that. And here we go, Miss Irina.
Is that Valia?
Huh?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Wouldn't
Did
let
you
me
need
put
the
my real
character?
name. Well, there were a lot of vetoes, okay?
Yeah, there was a lot of vetoes.
Yes.
I stopped
So-
at almost some stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's not Jet Pony, is it?
No, this is
What'd you
it. If you
say?
listen to it, it's got a mysterious vibe to it.
Yeah, and very soft-spoken.
Okay, now tell them about your character and how you portray her and what they expect to see and anything else you want them to know.
Okay.
AKA, these descriptions are not used for player knowledge. They're only, or for character knowledge. It's only player knowledge. So if they describe something to you and it's something about, I don't know, maybe their traits or something like that, you won't know that. Your character will not know that. Your character will only know what they see and experience in the game. So, go ahead, Irina.
That's why I just didn't say mine.
Yeah. It's better. It leaves the mystery.
Mhm.
So go tell them who you are, Valia.
Okay. So, did you put together a better background, or did you want me to just go off of the Phalos background?
You can go with that thing you told me about. Just leave out the part where you turned to leave it into you were born that way. Does that make sense? Look at her face.
What?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The little half smirk bullshit on your face just now.
There. Okay, so... Right, I have a lot of screens here.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. I see you.
Yeah.
You're looking all over the fucking room like this.
Well, my laptop is for my camera, and then I have the screen here, and the screen here. Okay, so... Okay. Are you sure I should go with that one?
It's your call. You don't have to go with shit right now. You can just describe what your character looks like.
Yeah.
You don't
I'll
have to
go with
give
that.
any details.
'Cause I was looking at the Phalos background, and I kind of like it a lot better, because that one talks about
Well,
me.
it does tie in. with the Fey loss, like because you have your Fey connection with the creature that you rolled, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yes.
kind of led you to where you were, but you don't have to give those details.
It talks about I grew up with the Feywild after I disappeared as a child. They were, I guess, the Fey kidnapped me and then just raised me because they knew the potential of, like, they knew that I was destined for a lot of good things, and they knew how great I was. So, whether the Fae were evil or not, they had evil intentions or not, turned me into evil or not, I don't know. We'll say neutral right now. So my character is neutral. Let's see, so how much of this do I need to give them out? Do I need to tell them my flaws and
No,
stuff
you
like
don't
that?
have to. They can figure that shit out on their own. You can give it if you want to give it, so they can understand what kind of person they're going to meet. But
If you don't, it makes it fun because that gives more RP for us to find out things
Yeah.
about you.
questions to
Yeah,
ask
you don't have to like throw out tons of details, just some vague ideas of your character and
Yeah.
inspiration.
Like give her appearance, like what color are your eyes normally?
So the color of my character's eyes are iridescent colors.
Okay.
Cool.
And you
He
have
has
what color hair?
long red hair.
What color's your skin?
Pale.
Pale.
Yeah.
Your race is what?
Alright, so I'm a tiefling aerial warlock. And
How does she dress? What's her clothes look like?
None.
In your mind. How do they look?
light armor. So
yeah, leather armor.
I know my character. Yes, that's right. I chose leather armor just to kind of give me a little bit of protection. I can still move, although one of my attacks does give me armor as well. So if I need it, I can use it. I think I chose that.
Do you wear a cloak? Do you wear any type of jewelry? Do you? And it's not based on your character sheet. It's in your head. What you think she looks like.
Okay.
Forget your
but
character
if
sheet for now.
So if I come up with jewelry, can I incorporate that into the items?
Yeah, but they won't have any like purpose. They won't have any like values.
Think of like cosmetically. What
Yeah,
do
like-
you look like?
Yeah, cosmetically, like
Okay. So my character. I'll pull up a picture.
this
of
is
her.
funny. You can tell she's never had to do this, not even in the last group, because she's
It
kind of.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I
See?
know, but that's what makes it more fun.
Yeah,
it's
this is
okay. Don't
character-
feel bad. Like
Okay.
this is the
All
first
right.
session.
This is what D&D is. It's not
Like
whatever you would.
getting grilled over here.
Yeah, well. It
So
It's not grilled. It's trying to give you an idea.
of how
of what
far
to-
how far your mind's gonna go with
Okay.
this.
So long red hair. I do adorn black horns.
There you go.
Cool.
Do they curve? Are they straight up? How are they shaped?
They kind of have a slight curve at the base, but then they just kind of go straight up.
Okay.
I figured those would
Kind
be
of
the
like a
easiest
twist, like a
way.
corkscrew, kind of, but
No.
not like a gradual twist in them.
Here, I have a picture of it. I'll send it to you guys.
I know exactly what you're trying to describe.
I'm trying to get her to voice her description because it helps her.
Well,
I know, I make it complex.
shit. Never mind. My computers are not connected. Hold on.
I didn't do a good job expressing mine, so that doesn't help.
Pretty sure all of you
Thank
guys
you.
did
It
a
do
way
be
better
nice
job
here.
than I did. Yeah, so this is my character, although not the green, not the green blue eyes, because her eyes are more iridescent. She's kind of like a minimal
Small
looking
frame.
character.
Small frame.
I meant like no decorations or anything like that. She's more of what's the word I'm looking for? I think of the word for that. It's kind of like necessities.
Yeah. So nothing flashy, nothing fancy that would like, hey, look at me, I have money, or hey, look at me, I have trinkets that I wear that make me look weird. Nothing like that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because of her horns. So, besides, she has this great aura around her that she doesn't need anything to show her greatness, I guess.
Okay.
Eric?
You want to share anything else, or that pretty much?
Pretty sure Missa wants to kick me out of this group right now. So
No. She's we've had rookies before. It's okay. That's fine.
It makes it more fun, and
I actually like playing with new players that don't try to that I can have fun with, but not. I don't like people that's played the game for a long time because they're stuck in their ways a little bit. I like people that are fairly new. New players are usually always more fun than experienced players. And that's just the way it is. But that doesn't say that veteran players aren't good, right? It just says new players have this like a child's knowledge of the game, and it makes it more fun.
Okay. She also has a cloak, and she kind of just she doesn't display her horns to the public, and she doesn't display her wand or anything like that. So
you're trying to not stand out, stay hidden in the crowd kind of thing. You don't want to stick out, draw attention to yourself.
In case this world setting is where normally in stories with magical creatures, especially ones that are half demonic, they're not very accepted.
Yeah,
so
they're persecuted.
I figured start with that first.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
The greatness will just show on its own.
Damn it. Fucking hair everywhere.
Yeah.
It looks good, though. I really like the wig. It looks really real.
Thank you, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, for a second I thought you colored your hair and then got that done.
Because my hair is up to here, girly.
Military.
It wasn't that short. Did you cut it more?
Mm-hmm. It's on my shoulders.
Sweet.
Yeah. This is what $20 on Amazon gets you.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I know, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
is that playing?
No, it's not.
That's weird. Let's try it.
I will set you up with a better one because I still have a subscription for another. I'll see if it fixed. But it's set to where you could have 3 or 4 of them going at once.
Are they in the Discord? Because if they're not, it's coming out.
No, they're not.
Okay,
they're
well,
not
it's fine. I'll pull another song. It's fine.
Okay.
I have multiples. Find it.
Alright, 1 second.
Where is it? I think I had a couple, so I'll go with this one since that one's not working. There we go. That's not the one I wanted. Yeah, that is not it. That's a different. Okay. I'll read you guys a note. Dan, you've heard the note. Pickle, you've heard the notes. But
I didn't hear it with music.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you're gonna. So this is the. This is for story based only. Kind of give you an idea of what is going on in other parts of the world. That may or may not affect you, depending on if you make it to this situation.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to everybody. So this is part of the, just a piece of story, you know. The governor sat at his table, eating his evening meal. "I'm telling you, this attack is coming!" exclaimed the monk. The governor just laughed with Castellan as they drank their wine and ate their meal with a smile on their faces. "No nearby forces have any reason to attack us," the governor continued. "And besides, we have no rivals or enemies that I am aware of." "Not only that, sir," the Castellan added, "the men are ready for anything the unknown would send our way." The monk looked at them with a terrifying look in his eyes. "I'm telling you, they have dragons. I've studied this exact moment, and the conditions are exactly right for an attack that will come within the week," the monk said. "Dragons!" the Castellan exclaimed as he spit out his wine. The governor and him stared at each other intently and laughed with puzzled looks on their faces. "Ha ha! Dragons haven't been seen around here in as long as I or anyone else can remember. And besides, at this point, they're all just old tales for dying men to tell. If you won't listen to me and put the town on high alert, I will go to those who will hear me and prevent as much loss of life as I can." As he turned his back and reached the door handle, and the governor said, "Do what you must, for what you have proposed as information is merely a tale of fools." As the monk opened the door, a loud boisterous roar and the sound of massive wings could be heard over the keep. The monk looked at him with a smile on his face. "You were saying? Don't just stand there, blocking the door, you fool," the governor explained. "Sound the alarm, Castellan. Get as many of the townfolk as you can into the keep," the governor said with a tremble in his voice. The governor turned to a woman in the corner of the room. "Write letters and send them to all neighboring villages by pigeon and alert them to our situation. No one else must suffer this fate." "You heard him, lads. We must save the town and as many people as we can. Go save your families. Bring any people you can save." The Castellan said. He looks at his men. "Now move out." And that is what's happening in one part of the world. And moving on. I gotta find a song that'll play on this sucker. That's the hard part. Let's see.
I'll work on getting you set up with good bots
It's
so
okay.
that you could be able to bounce from them.
This one should play. Alright, now let me load up your map here, because this is where it hit me. I'll be more prepared next week, I promise. I just wasn't
It's
ready.
okay. Irina took up half our time, so it's totally fine.
Alright. Does everybody get this? Everybody get that map?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me close all this crap out. Alright, so this is the town of Thornwall. Okay? And where's that? Oh man, I closed that too. Give me a second. Where's
Fine,
that?
man.
There it is. So, the town of Thornwall is a small village in the Elven Forest that is known for its rare and exotic fruits and vegetables. Among the known produce from this village, the Thornwall banana, as unusual as that might sound. The village is home to roughly 50 elves, 50 humans. It is considered one of the more peaceful villages in the world. The village is ruled by a mayor, and governed by a town assembly. The village has a large grange building where they gather to discuss their business. The building is made out of wood and large double doors that open into the room. The room is very large and has a very large tables that the village assembly sits at. The floor is made of natural stone and there is a large fireplace in the main room. The village is found on the border of the Elven Forest and is surrounded by a large stone wall covered in thorns and I guess you could say hedges, kind of. So it looks like a thorn wall, but it's not really a thorn wall. The stone wall was built 100 years ago to keep enemies out. They also elected a large gatehouse at the front of the village, and they have a small army of guards at the gate. They have a town watch that patrols the streets of the village. Rogues, be careful. And surrounding forests to prevent any enemy forces from entering the village. The forest that surrounds the city is home to many types of animals, but more importantly, is home of the rare and the only Thornwall banana. And you find yourself about right. Let me get a pointer here. How do I draw on the map? There it is. It's been a while since I did this, so if you guys will excuse me. So your Grange is on the map, about right there. Okay, and we're gonna go to right here, where we find. Let me make a pointer here. See that one? Can you see that, Pickle? The second square?
The second square?
Or the second
Circle? Yes.
Yes, that is where you find yourself, in a temple of Saloon. Actually, you see.
How convenient.
You see statues made of white alabaster, and they show her in like multiple poses, like some for war, some for peacetime, some for prayer, some for rest, and it just switched the song on me.
It actually works out.
Actually, it did work out. So, actually, I like that. All planned.
There you go.
It was all planned. Anyway, but yeah, you see all the things you're accustomed to in a temple of Saloon, and it actually makes sense because it's very, very Elven-esque here. That you see a lot of the, it is autumn, so you see a lot of the colored trees, and the grass is starting to wane in its color, and the dirt's more exposed. It's muddier than normal because of rains and bad weather. As you stand there, I'm trying to think how I want to do that. How are you standing in this temple as you're there? So you would be under the main, see the main dome of the city, or the temple, see the circle? That's where, all, the door, there's two doors. There's a main door that goes out, these big, large wooden doors with, brass inlays on them, and, the golden symbol. It's actually trimmed in gold on the doors. It's like the symbol of Saloon, and other different elven markings and writing in gold on the door. They look more like glyphs and runes, but how would you?
So you said that there were several different statues and stuff around the area?
There's about 5. They show different poses. The main statue you notice is she's actually holding her hands together with her head toward her fingertips with her eyes closed. That's the main statue. And this is getting too fast-paced for me. Let me back up.
Hey, you play music. I can make it work.
Yeah, but I don't want to play this shit. Back up.
Can we get all this in writing?
No, you make your own notes, Goofy. Get to typing.
So
as you're talking about that, there's a statue with their hands. Celine is actually walking around the chapel or the shrine, and she's running her hands along the different statues. And when she gets to the one holding hands, she kind of runs her fingers along the face and has her finger go down the nose and kind of goes boop as she's looking and just being really inquisitive in the shrine.
You see a female elf. Look, she has brown hair. She brown eyes. She's got a pale complexion, but not too pale. She has seen the sun a little bit, so her skin is a little bit on the more, I guess you could say, caramel side. It's not super tan, but She. What do you need, my dear?
Oh, I'm just browsing.
This isn't a shop. This is a.
I can't buy them.
No, you cannot buy them. They're said to be blessed by Saloon herself.
Well, if I can't buy them, I was just perhaps looking around. I wanted to be able to see the shrine. I haven't been here before.
Well, it is magnificent. We spent a lot of money on this temple in particular. I think the only building that's more expensive is the Grange building in the center of town, by the circle.
You spent a lot of money.
To
Why didn't you just make it yourself?
I am not skilled in this art. I am the high priestess of Saloon in this temple, and because of my faith in Saloon and the moon, I had the money, or raised the money, to build the temple.
Well, with your gold coin, it seems that you did quite well for yourself on this shrine.
Saloon will pay me back.
We don't need to be paid back. It's for the grace of the moon.
Yes, but gods will only get you so far. Money gets you the
that's
rest
where
of
you
the way.
think wrong. Have you ever been so close that you could just reach out and grab it? The moon, that is.
That is impossible.
For some.
Maybe.
But what if I told you I've actually been there?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm -1 on this.
You actually not bad. I would have to say you're full of beans, my dear.
I'm not full of beans. I've actually had ale today.
It's a figure of speech. You're not from around here, are you?
Why, no, I'm not.
This is a country civilized village. We say a lot of things that might not make sense to people of uncivilized life. Roll a performance check. Roll a performance check.
Okay. Oh, look, another -1.
I'm just saying
Can't
all
wait.
of your ones. All right.
You are.
Does that mean more beans?
But you do not look uncivilized. You actually look like you have been in a city or two.
Phew.
If you can't tell, she failed the check to see if you're full of shit. Because I know where you're at and I know where you're from. So.
Well, actually, is he telling the truth? Am I able to sit there and? Yeah. Sorry.
It's a her. But yeah, she believes you have been to a lot of cities, and you're used to this, even though we know in your background what it actually says. So you're basically passing off as someone who's lived in civilized life, pretty much like something like this, their whole life. They're not from the wild or anything. So she's rather. I guess you could say she's rather daft or oblivious to the fact that you are who you are.
Glowing skin, iridescent eyes, no big deal.
Yeah. She's like, oh, fuck, that's normal, you know.
So she's just going to kind of strut past the priest and say, well, this civilized individual shall go and look for the rest of the town. And she's going to pull out her flute as she's walking out, which is actually just a vape pen. But it's a flute because it makes sounds.
You start playing whatever tune you would have had experience with or listened to in your groups as you walk out the door. You kind of look over your shoulder and you look back, and she's like, you know, you could see her with her. She's kind of pondering because you're peculiar to her. You're not like, oh, that lady's lost her shit. Not like that. More like she's more intrigued of who you are as you leave. And now we'll head over to this location.
Trying to get this ball rolling.
Yeah. So, see that location right there on the map? I've circled it with a circle, and I'm changing the music. Give me a second. Let's stop it.
On another note, so since I'm taking my own notes, do I need to be taking screenshots of these locations?
No.
too?
If you can remember them, it's fine. But like, if you ask me, I'll make sure you're reminded of what they are. So
Okay.
don't worry about the intricacies of all that crap. I will make sure I help you remember what's what. Now
What? Not.
we're going to do this. Hopefully this plays, Pickle. We'll see. Mr. Heat's in the room. I see you. You fucking perv. Anyway. No.
I know. You can't be calling me out like that.
That's the wrong one. I tried that one. That one acted weird.
Shit. Okay.
Where's it at? I'm trying to find one that's not too incredible. Oh yeah, this one. This one works great. Okay. Hopefully it'll play, like I said. You might hear same music for different shit. That's the wrong one. That is the same one, you piece of shit. Apparently, that link is doubled, so I'll have to remove that from my list.
Apparently, our wizard is a potty mouth. I don't remember that being in the background.
Who, me? Yeah, no.
Yes.
So, the kettle calls the pot black.
That's not it either. See, this is all tripping me. A lot of my links have changed, Pickle. Did you know that?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, they have changed badly. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with maybe one of these will work. I don't like to have the same music for the same player's experience because
Don't flood the D&D channel with bot commands.
Actually, yeah, I do have a bot channel for that.
okay, well I'll go to the bot control. There we go.
That might help because I did designate it for there, so that might.
All right, Irina, I'm gonna use your theme song because that's what I'm going for. I'm going for that vibe.
The one that I chose?
No. Maybe not. I'll try this one, and then hopefully this one works, and I will make sure next week that my music is actually on point more than it is right now. Because
How dare you not be prepared?
I know.
Disappointed.
Again,
Shut your mouth.
calling the bot black.
Shut your mouth.
This is one of mine. So, Miss Valia. Let me open this, make sure
Is it my turn now?
because I said it is. So, you see the spot on the map I have marked?
The one I took a screenshot of? Oh, hold on. I was looking at my screenshot like a dumbass. Oh, yeah, it's the same one. Okay.
Okay. You find yourself in it looks like a cemetery there's multiple mausoleums and gravestones, but on the edge, on the outside edge, you see multiple, looks like mausoleums with heroic figures in front of them. And roll a perception check.
Okay.
Go to your
So-
skills tab.
Yep. Go ahead and explain it to her, Dan.
Yeah, go to your skills tab on your character sheet there.
Perception.
And you'll see perception. Now that total right there, so you're gonna roll. Yeah, there you go.
And the
add
check was
Plus whatever.
no. The check was a 10, so you passed. What's funny is there are 7 actually. You see a 7th. And you thought it was a big heroic figure of the human sorts, but as you look closer and you peer up at the head of the statue, you see what looks like a horn of a tiefling coming off the top of the statue. But the other one, you can't really tell, but the way the stonework, it looks like it's covered by a cloak of some kind in the stonework. What do you want to do?
Okay. The cemetery.
The cemetery
Go
looks
ahead.
well kept. It looks like someone takes care of it. And particularly that specific mausoleum looks like someone's polished the stone. Like it's important.
Okay, so I go closer to it because there's some writing on it. Looks like somebody tried to make that one stand out. I go up to that mausoleum and I peer at the sign. I think you're supposed to finish that, right?
You peer at the sign, and you notice it's written in common because they want everybody to know what it says. And here it says, "Here rests Sosis the Great."
Spell that.
S-O-S-A-S the Great.
It.
What?
Is that it?
Yeah, Sosis the Great. That's his name, and it doesn't have a last name or anything like that. It's very vague, but it tells who is actually entombed in the mausoleum.
Okay.
Knowledge.
What? Did you say? Okay. So, I don't know who that is. But, I guess since I was stolen as a child.
Roll
Connected.
a history check.
Okay.
No, you do not know who that is.
Yeah.
The dice tell all.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so can I know if it's connected to me or not, or I just don't know who that is?
Roll insight.
Okay. I'm guessing I feel that I know it's connected to my past.
You feel like it's connected to you, but you're not sure if it's connected to you. The feeling's great with it. And as you look at the statue, you see a figure. Let me it'll probably be easier if I get a picture for you.
I do see. I mean, I don't think I need to roll in anything for that, but I mean, it looks like me.
So
It's tiefling too. So
yeah, it is a tiefling, of course. I'm trying to get a picture of. Oh, I'll just show you on camera. It'll be easier that way. If I can find it. Where's it at? I think it's right here. I'll describe him to you, and then I'll show you what he looks like after I let your mind run amok with it. I think it's up here farther. It's right here. So, you see that dip out from behind the mausoleum. And he kind of and he like covers his mouth, and he's like he's playing a game with you.
do I know what it is?
Roll a history check.
She's rolling history to identify.
If she recognizes the creature. He knows who he is.
Mm,
What'd you roll? 18? You know, you've heard of a creature that looks like this. The creature actually is called a Dark One. And you know they're very mischievous, and they can be very... They don't usually rebuild themselves to... They have like a rogue-esque mysteriousness about them. They don't like to reveal themselves to anyone. But this one's revealing itself and letting you see it. In the afternoon, no less.
okay.
Come to see the Master's tomb, I see.
Who are you?
That is a question for another time.
What can you tell me?
Hold on. Stop. Okay. Hang on. I gotta get this
You're
right.
typing to me, you goober.
I am so sorry. I know, right? It's like, this is fucking bullshit right here. I can't get none of this right.
Okay.
I copy and paste. I don't. So it's gonna take a second to get the... Right there. There it is. Okay, I'm
Are
under
you
bot
writing
control,
that?
right? Okay, good. I do not have a name. But Master Sosis had many.
Can you tell me many names?
And as you see him, he jumps. You see him jump out of sight behind the mausoleum, and he runs around to the other side. And now he's on the other corner, looking at you from the other direction. So kind of like a playful, mischief manner. Many names. Sosis the Magnificent. Sosis the Tiefling. Sosis bathed in hellfire. Sosis in the light. I can go on for ages. Many names. Many people conquered. Many everything. Many swords. Many followers. Many residences. Many money.
Why are you revealing yourself to me in the daylight? What do you want with me?
The question is, what do you want with him? And you see him he pulls a sword. It's not a sword, it's like a kris. It's, you know what a kris is, right? A kris is like it's a blade that's curved multiple times. It's straight, but it's got curved edges. And you see him pull the blade from behind his back.
What are you going to do with that?
Cut your throat if the answer's wrong.
Answer to what?
What do you want with him?
I want to know where it came from.
You want to know where he came from. Or you.
I want to know if I'm connected to him.
May I? And you see him. He sheaths the sword real quick, and he runs up to you in like a weird, creepy way, like kind of like all fours and threes, and he like sprints at you almost, and then stops as he walks slowly towards you. Hold out your hand.
I'll comply.
And as he grabs your hand, and he goes gently at first, grabs your hand, and then he yanks on your arm, like pulling you toward him. And he starts mumbling to himself. Roll a perception check to see if you can understand what he's saying.
17.
Not bad.
I can't understand what he's saying.
What'd you roll?
16 or 17.
You hear. I have an amazing talent. The rich man laughs. I'm willing to bet money you have in your wallet. I can sing a genuine song. The lady's name of your choice in it. And then he looks at you. This is very intriguing. And he's almost like holding your hand with his face on it, and he's dragging your hand across his face like this. Roll an insight check.
21.
And you know he's in love with you now.
Fine. Okay.
And that's where I'm going to stop there, and we're going to go to Mr. Ulfric.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I got to leave you with something.
Talk a lot faster than I can write.
Well, no, it's fine. Just try to catch the key points, and if you need help, I'll fill you.
Summarize.
Yeah. You don't have to write down everything.
You're not a court reporter.
Well, I don't know what's going to be important later on or not, so...
And...
So...
I
Shut the fuck up, okay?
what?
You can look at the chat, but shut the fuck up, you motherfucker. I swear to God.
Who are you talking to?
Well, I don't know.
Very random.
Oh, you too, Brandon? Bitch. How
What
dare
did I
you guys?
do?
Are you
What
talking
did I
about-
do?
What is going on?
I'm confused.
Face that looks good,
I'm-
balls deep into a pillow.
What?
Yeah. I'm trying to concentrate here. And these bitches.
Alright, let's try to play nice.
Yeah, please.
Never.
Yeah, let's play nice. Alright,
No, she was referring to what me and Dan were saying to each other.
Oh,
She had
in the
no involvement in that conversation.
Oh, in the chat? Okay. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
How could she see our DMs? I'm confused.
She,
Everything, okay?
you sent me one message that was making me laugh hard as fuck, and she asked me what I was laughing about, so I sent her a little mini screenshot.
You should know better than to be showing DMs. That's the reason they're DMs.
Okay, and we're gonna go to here. I am in the bot channel, yes. As we go to this location, Dan, do you see it on the map? Ulfric.
Yes.
You hear a peaceful sound. You're actually quite used to it from your background. The sound of crickets and nighttime noises, and you know it's usually the time you would rob someone or stab someone in the dark and drag them into an alley and leave their body to where no one could find it until you were gone for days. You see what looks like a merchant across from you, and he's eyeballing you pretty good right now at this point. How are you standing?
Am I passing through, or am I?
No, you're standing. You're just standing in the square where a lot of goods are sold and shops of local.
Okay, you threw me off when you said nighttime noises, so it is still daytime.
No, it was afternoon, and all this stuff is happening as the day goes on. So now it's turning to night, and you hear the crickets, and the sun's starting to go down, and the darkness is starting to, take hold of the land, and the light's starting to wane from the sun.
All right, we'll say I'm kind of on a corner, just leaning up against the wall, very relaxed.
That's what I figured you'd say. Yeah.
And
you see this merchant's just staring you down, and you see him like walk out of his. These are like some of these. They're more like stalls, right? Where they'd have a display stand out in front of them with all their goods and maybe stuff's hanging in the back. But you see him open a wooden door and go out the back of the shop, and he just leaves his stall unattended for a brief moment. What do you want to do?
What kind of stall is it? What kind of goods does he have?
Let's roll for it.
Perception?
No, I'm going to roll to see. Okay, so...
Oh, got you. You're rolling.
Yeah, so like one will be alchemist, 2 will be produce, 3 will be armor, 4 will be weapons, 5 will be accessories, and then 6 will be like trinkets and bullshit. So it is an alchemy stall. So it's like potions and stuff.
Okay, and in relation to the surrounding vendors and things like that, is this kind of off to the side, or would this be like in the middle?
It's in the center. It's that. See the one with the yellow roof?
Okay, so literally in the middle.
Yeah,
right.
Literally in the middle.
As he walks out the back, do I still have line of sight? Can I see what he's doing, or is he just completely?
All you know is he went west when he left. So that would be he left the door and went to the left. So I really wish I could draw on this map. Can I draw? Because that would help. Oh yeah, there we go. So he was here, right? Right there, right?
Okay.
So he went out and went this way, but you don't know how far he went, right? You only know he went that way.
Okay, so I kind of just very casually follow him. You know, I don't take off fast to, run up on his heels, but
I need you to roll 2 things. I need you to roll stealth. A stealth check.
Okay. To roll on the desktop app, it's just left click the.
Pick up the dice with your left. Pick up the dice with your left click and drop it in the. Drop it in the tray. Where all the text is.
Okay. If you're. No. If you go to your abilities, if you just left click them, it'll automatically pull it because.
Yeah, you need to do your ability.
Because your added effect doesn't do that.
What's your modifier to stealth?
+8. So how do I do that exactly? I just left click.
Double click on the skill. So
yeah.
Go to the skills tab, and then down where it says stealth, double click on the +8. And there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just practice. That one doesn't count. But as you can see, I rolled. So that would have been 11 total on the first roll.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll take the second. Anyway. Now roll a performance check. Okay. And as you move through, it's starting to get busy here. As you move, you see the people don't respond to you at all. Like you're a ghost in the wind. Like you're not attempting to be stealthy. You're walking quiet. You're being mindful of how you're walking. You're kind of moving like a normal person would move. Kind of like basically being lost in the crowd. And as you turn the corner here, you see that he's walking over this way, and like right here are some guards. So you see him walking toward these. They're not really heavily armored. You know what they look like all the other guards in the city, other than like the really heavily armed ones. They look like they're like in light leather. they're more like militia than guards.
Like kind of mercenaries.
No, Town Watch. Town Watch.
Okay.
So that's where you see him going. Are you going to continue to follow him?
When you say, like, is he walking past them, or I mean, engaging? With
He's
them?
walking up to them.
Okay. So I guess it's busy, so it's hard to eavesdrop. I'm going to just kind of watch what he does at a safe distance.
How you want to hide or watch? Do you want to be in the open? Do you want to be hidden? What do you want to do?
Assuming I can see him from line of sight, let's say like if you're looking at kind of that circle there, I'm like on the outer edge of the shops where I would have line of sight of him.
But you kind of want to like right in here maybe?
Something like that, yeah, we'll go with that.
Or do you want to be like around the corner? Like here?
No, I want to be kind of where I could, like, let's say like my 180-degree field of view, like he would be kind of off to my left-hand side.
Okay.
So I'm facing kind of inward towards the market, but I can still see him off to the side.
Like out of your peripheral kind of, or more than just like a little bit more than peripheral? And
right, yeah.
You see him, you don't really hear him, but you see his sporadic arm movement, right? He's like losing his mind, and he's pointing back toward his stall where he was at. And you see the guards like push him away, and you hear one of the guards, "Get out of here!" Like just. And then they look at each other. You see them like look at each other, and they just start laughing, like they're telling an inside joke, and they just continue, to do what they're doing. They're just standing there, guard at the Grange. And by the way, you find yourself in front of that large structure in the town. It's bigger than anything else. It's huge, and you see there's a lot of town watch around it. There's about 6 guards on the left side of it. So that would be right here. So there's about... So I'm going to... there's guards, like 6 guards here. There's 2 at the door. There's 2 here. There's 1 patrolling through here. You see another one moving through here. And occasionally you catch a glimpse of 1 back here. And you catch 1 that's patrolling like here. So there's like 12 guards around that Grange right now.
Okay, and again, so the merchant has been turned away.
Yeah, they have pretty much turned him away.
So is he going back to his shop?
Yes, he's walking back in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna let him pass me. I'm
roll
just gonna go out.
Stealth check.
Okay. Let's see. These rolls, holy shit.
As he walks toward you were peeping my ass for some stuff, though, weren't you? He's looking right at you.
Right,
you're a thief. I could see it. I know you're a thief. I know you're kind. Roll insight.
Okay.
And you sense he's paranoid. He's paranoid. And you can tell he's been stolen from before. And I'm not talking stole an item or 2. I'm talking about jacked his whole stole his whole way of life, money, items, all that shit. And you see him, he kind of squares off with you. And he draws a dagger from his belt.
Okay, when you say draw, is he holding the hilt or has he completely drawn it?
He's pulled the dagger from his belt like he's gonna stab you. Like
Okay, so as as I was kind of blending in and, looking to be interested in the nearby area, I just kind of slowly turned to him, like chest to chest to kind of, like physically meet him. And I just slowly like lift my gaze up and match match him eye to eye. And I say to him, let's see, what do I want to do with this? Give me a second. Alright, so I'm going to look at him. And I'm going to say, careful, friend. You'd be lucky to find yourself on the edge of my blade.
is that a fact? And he goes to stab you, right? And as he does, you see this giant hand grab his arm from your left side. And it's amazing to you because you didn't even notice him. And as you look over to your left, you see a barbarian, like almost 8 foot in height. And he's a Goliath. And he looks at you and says, "Hey, giving you trouble?"
Apparently not, my friend.
Oh, Cleus is just batshit. He says, "Cleus, you're always so paranoid." Well, he was peeping me wares. He wasn't looking at your underwear. Now get your ass back to your stall before someone really does steal something. I guess. I saved you from doing something you might regret, Yeah, Malik, that's what you seem to tell me. And he returns to his stall. And now you're standing in the presence of a towering Goliath.
If he ain't selling cheese, he ain't a part of this story.
He ain't selling cheese.
You'll understand in a minute.
Alright, so,
he kind of kneels down to you a little bit, like leans over. And
so
how tall are you?
I'm like medium height, I'm like.
Well, give me a number. Like somewhere between 5 and 6 feet.
Alright, I've got it here.
I believe you're 5'6".
I am 5'8".
So that he's almost.
He said 3'8".
3'8"? Really? No, 5.
You see him. He leans down to you, dude. This dude's a giant. He's wearing looks like bear furs, and he has a huge sword on his back, like huge sword.
All right, so as he kind of leans toward me or whatever,
and he reaches towards you, and he has something in his hand.
So I kind of look at him inquisitively, and then I just outstretch my hand in front of me.
As you hold up your hand, he takes a piece of cheese about this big. In his fingers, it's this big, but it takes up your whole palm, and he sets it in your hand.
I look at him kind of puzzled, and I hold the cheese up to my face, and I just sniff it.
It smells glorious. Like the best cheese you ever smelled in your life. Like it took a lot of trial and error to get it right. But it's goat cheese.
Okay, so with little hesitation, I take a bite of the cheese.
It's almost intoxicating how good it tastes.
So, I kind of chew the cheese, and after I ingest it, I look at him, and I switch the cheese to my other hand, and I outstretch my arm, like to embrace him like a handshake.
And
I
as you stick your arm out to embrace him, you notice how normal men would shake like this. His wrist is up to your elbow with how huge his hand is. And you feel him grab your elbow, and he starts shaking you almost like a disabled child would. Like, the name's Malik. Nice to meet you. I'm a local cheese farmer. I gotta go. And he it's like he forgot something, and you just see him leave. And he doesn't run away, but he steadily walks away.
As he turns and walks away, I just kind of say to myself, well met.
That is so funny you say that shit too, because that's what our DM BB used to say all the time. But
yeah, he always said well met.
One of his characters was a noble, and he'd be like, well met. He would always do it like this, like the most obnoxious, loud, wants everybody to hear him voice, But you did it in like a weird, okay, well met, I guess, like you're pondering what's he doing. And he walks away, and now I'm going to move the focus of attention. And let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to swing a song real quick, guys. So you have to give me a second.
Wing. Sorry.
What's with the cheese?
Huh?
So Malik was a character I played in a previous campaign, and he was obsessed with cheese. Sorry.
He wanted to be a cheese farmer when he grew up.
He didn't want to grow up. He's a Toys R Us kid.
He also have childlike wonder, I'm guessing.
Yes, he's a barbarian.
With childlike wonder. Oh, that's an interesting combination.
No, that's not it. Give me a sec, guys. That is the wrong button. And I don't want to be in... Nope. Yep. Okay.
I was eating a chip earlier as you guys were talking, as he's looking for that, and I bit in, and I was like, I can't get this hair out. So I'm like, fuck it. So I go to grab it, and I realized it was wrapped around my fucking teeth in the back. So I pulled out this long ass fucking hair. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Helps
bro.
if you don't eat your wig. You're supposed to wear it. Ingest it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little butch.
A little butch.
That is not what I said, but okay.
I believe these streams are not 18 plus, so
I did mark this as adult content only, by the way, because I never know what.
That doesn't mean you could just be fucking hateful.
Yeah.
That wasn't hateful. That was what I said is extremely inclusive, if anything.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you named it 18
This
plus.
is the vibe I was going for. Sorry, I didn't have music in the last part.
Okay.
So we take ourselves back to the Temple of Saloon, and you've been walking around a little bit, and you've been noticing the people. They're average people, You got the blacksmith hammering away on his anvil. You have the local tavern. You see guys getting thrown out of windows, and the militia coming in and kind of, trying to arrest people and break it up. Just normal stuff that happens at nighttime when humans and drink, and you don't see many elves in the tavern. And as you continue down the street, you see roll a perception check.
All of us?
No, her.
Douche flute McGee.
Oh, I'm sorry. I still thought he was talking to you. My mistake.
No.
I thought he was talking to all of us.
I said the Temple of Saloon, so that should have thrown you a key.
Yeah, my mistake.
That's all
right. Something I actually have some. And I roll low.
No, actually, if you, anything above like a 13 is actually good, no matter what DM tells you. So, and with your exceptional dark vision, you spot
Very exceptional.
so you find yourself here on the map, okay? And like this was the tavern you walked by, or no, this was the tavern you walked by. This is the blacksmith shop. This was like a normal homeowner that they're just out doing like yard work and trimming the hedges and just shit normal people do. But you see what looks like a red-headed figure walk out of here, and she's talking to someone that you cannot see is there. But you see her having a conversation. Like, roll a performance check, Valia. And she's trying to mask it. Like, she's trying to use very minimal lip movement. She's not trying to, like, she sees, honestly, you feel she sees something there. But you don't see what she sees.
Now, how far away am I in feet, would you say?
The squares are 5 feet apiece. So I would say 5, 10, 15, 20, about 30 feet away.
Okay, so then I can still see colors in the dark.
Yeah.
So does she have any kind of magic omitting while doing this?
No,
or...
her clothes are like black. You do see her eyes. They're...
That was going to be my next thing.
Yeah, they're swirling kind of... They swirl like whimsical colors, and then they go back to normal. But it doesn't happen very often. Out of the times past, it's maybe happened a couple times. Dan, roll a perception check.
So we're still at the temple.
No, you're still here.
Well, I'm confused. So you have Emily at the temple?
No, Emily is here.
I'm walking out of the temple. And I'm heading
Valia
down.
is here.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know it's Valia, so you can kiss my ass.
Of course.
I'm supposed to leave it to the minimal.
Is used to hearing that response.
Yeah.
Oh,
Show me
okay.
where I am one more
I
time.
think I perceived that.
Yeah, so you're here, Valia, talking to your friend that you've met, who's in love with you.
Sorry.
Dan's here, and I'm going to say Ulfric is here. Let's just do this. How about I just do it this way?
Oh, look. Drop our pins down.
What? What are you talking about?
Nothing. So,
Give me a sec, pick 1 second.
okay. I was just trying to
I know, I'm trying to like
fill
give
the void.
Yeah, I know. Does this help you in your visual sense?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, everybody. You should be able to see yourself on the map now.
Oh yeah, that's actually good.
Okay. And that way you don't have to guess where you are, right? Okay. And you also spot a red-headed figure, and you spot someone else who looks kind of out of place. They both intrigue you because they both look out of fucking place. Like they don't belong there.
So, I'm going to start approaching the red-headed woman because of the flow in the eyes that I saw. I would find that very inquisitive. Not the rando hiding in the shadows.
I'm not really
Giving off the creepy pedo vibes.
He could pass for one, but he's really short.
So I'm not even going to as I'm approaching the red-haired figure, I'm not even going to try and hide the fact that I'm approaching. I'm just going to kind of be in kind of like a impromptu skip movement with my hands behind my back, just curious as to what the hell they're talking to, or who they're talking to, I should say. I'm curious, and that was the first one that piqued my interest out of the two.
So as you're walking along, Valia, you see a figure approach. And it's an elf. And she looks more out of place than you do, actually. And you know there are elves in this town. And that's saying a lot when she looks out of place. Roll an insight check. And you know she doesn't really mean you harm. She's just like, she has a curious look in her eyes, like on her face, like she's almost got one of those as she walks towards you on her face. And by the way, the circle you're standing in, did that thing just end my stuff?
No,
Okay,
it went back.
Okay, cool.
It lagged.
So as you look around the circle you're in, you see the Grange, right? You see trees. Their colors are very vibrant. It's more vibrant than we're used to here on Earth. They're almost luminescent, like the trees are lights. They're glowing with like their colors. Like the one she's next to is red, and then the other one next to it's got like this green white light to it. And you see all these like normal fireflies out in the grass and around, but they're different colors. You'll see one that pops up light blue or red or an orange tone or yellow, and it's very Fey-like. It's not your average human town. So you can tell you're in a place of magical energy. And if you and another thing, if you look up at the night sky, it's not like black with looks like holes punched in a black canopy. It looks like you're almost in a gas cloud. Like there's purples and blues and it's like the night sky itself is lit up to portray more light on this part of the world. So it feels very magical, a very magical feeling to the place.
Guessing this is the part where I continue.
Yep. I wanted to set the scene for you so you understand what you're looking at.
Okay.
Say help. Okay, moving on.
So I see her approaching me. I am still extremely confused by my earlier...
Oh, he's still there. You're talking.
Well, I'm still really confused by my earlier
Encounter?
meeting.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, encounter. But, I noticed this magical lady that's just slowly approaching me in, friendly manner. And I'm just interested. Because so far I've only met...
Creepy pedo guy hiding out behind a
Yes.
mausoleum? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're supposed to give off that vibe, by the way. I'm sorry.
And I feel, I guess since I grew up around the Fae, I feel like I can trust her. I'm letting her approach.
As she approaches, you see the little creature next to you draw his dagger and like jumps in front of you. I'll stab her, I'll stab her, I'll stab her, I'll stab her. And that's what you hear him saying. Like he's defending,
no.
like he's like a pissed off chihuahua trying to protect a non-threatening person just because he feels like they're in his space, or they're getting ready to be in his space.
Stand back. Can't you see? She means no harm.
You don't want me to stab the pointy ear pale skin lady? Because I'll do it.
No, why would
I'll do
I?
it. I'll stab
Why
her.
would I?
And you see him kind of put his head down, like
Yeah.
he's depressed, and he puts his kris away, and he.
Why do you want to stab the lady?
Me?
Protection, 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 protection.
Why do I need protection from her?
Protection from everyone. Protection. Stab local shopkeeper if I must. Stab everyone. Stab mayor, stab guards, stab everything.
Why do I dismiss you?
Aw, you're no fun. You're a tiefling. You're supposed to be burn the world down to ashes. Kill everything. Bathe the world in fire.
Well, you won't tell me much about tieflings, so I don't really know any of that.
And as you're having this conversation, and you hear parts of her say this to an invisible creature you cannot see, you hear her talking to him as you approach her, and now you see that you're in the presence of this elven female.
Who are you talking to?
Not really sure. Sure
Well.
would like to dismiss him, though.
Is
Roll-
it in the mind
Roll
or in the
insight.
heart?
Roll insight, Pickle.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. You know she's not crazy, because you know there are fey creatures and creatures in the world that will talk to one specific person and not reveal themselves to anyone else. So you know of the types of creatures, but you don't know of which she's referring to.
Can I see what she looks like? As in, do I understand what type of species she is?
Yes, you know she's typing.
Okay.
That's just common knowledge to you, to everyone.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if her horns were covered or any of that stuff.
Well, if her horns are covered, then you would only see what portrays as something sticking off her head. You wouldn't know. Are your horns covered, Valia?
I'm
So-
wearing a cloak.
You wouldn't know who she is right away. Valia, I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's you know where it's at, right? It's on the main page. Click Con. Double click Con where it says +3 on the right side of your sheet. And you're able to keep your tail hidden behind you underneath your cloak. Because you have a tail, by the way.
Yes.
So
but I can
your
pick
tail,
stuff up.
your tail's not giving you away. That's what it's for. So.
What did Khan do for that?
Con allowed you to keep control of your own body and keep it not so like. Think of tieflings as any animal with a tail. The tail will tell signs of their emotions or how they're feeling. Okay, you're able to control your tail enough to where it's not giving off that this dude's creeping you out. This lady's weird that's approaching you. You trust her, but you don't know what she wants. Just kind of like I don't know, not a worried, but more of an intrigued type emotion. Because you know how animals that have tails, their emotions will dictate what their tail does. Yours is not. Right now. That doesn't mean it won't later, but it is right
Tieflings
now.
don't normally do that, though. Their tails don't wag.
No, their tails do. Their tails will do whatever. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
They're evil demons.
In my world, they do.
Well,
Well,
Sorry.
you might as well use
Wow.
it. So while her tail and her horns are covered.
Yep.
Celine is going to approach this red-headed figure and go and boop her on the nose and say,
Do you try to stop it, Valia?
I'm extremely weirded out, even more confused, but I still feel at ease around her because even though she
And she lets you boop her
appears
on the nose.
odd,
She lets you boop the snoot.
so I boop
harm.
the snoot. And as I'm doing so, I say, you talk to creatures that are not there, and your eyes gleam very wonderfully. You feel a fae.
very insightful. It is true. I did grow up around them, which is why I felt that you meant no harm.
Yes. I have been around a little bit of fae for a couple of 100 years.
An old bitch.
But still young
Well,
and vibrant with you.
theoretically, yes, I am a female.
She took the bitch comment and rode with it.
But you stick out like a sore thumb, but there is one that is hiding in the shadows.
Oh no.
I find him rather interesting as well.
Are you saying "oh no" out loud, or are you like saying it to yourself?
To myself.
Okay, just keep in mind if you say stuff right now while you're in player engagement, it
I'm gonna
counts.
take assumption you saying it.
No,
Oh, okay.
yeah, if you say anything right now while you're involved with a player character to speak,
Okay.
it will be considered as you saying it, unless you tell me otherwise.
Oh,
She said, "Oh no," so oh yes. He is approaching. It is rather dark out here and very beautiful, is it not? It reminds me of the place that I once was.
you, creepy creature. Hello.
Yes.
I think it's Daniel's Q, isn't it?
Huh? Daniel's Q?
Yeah.
What?
Wow,
No, he's
dark.
not doing nothing. He's standing there. He didn't approach.
I
Okay.
never-
So what did your creature look like? Is it part of your fae?
I believe he was called the Dark One.
Ah.
Roll a history check.
Me?
Pickle, yeah.
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue what she's talking about.
Does that mean that it's because he's invisible that he's considered the Dark One?
And you know she has no damn clue just by the way she's talking to you.
I think he is a follower for somebody called Sosus the Great. You heard of him?
No, you don't have a fucking clue.
Oh, I thought I'd do a history check and try.
No, not this time.
I haven't the faintest of clue who you're discussing. If it does not involve the moon and the stars, who cares?
So as I kind of see this playing out, there's nobody around him, right? Like they're completely.
No,
off
you would have
their-
noticed she was doing the same shit. She was talking to an invisible someone on her. It would have been, but she didn't like give it away. She was, because you're very perceptive of people's body language and the way her head was moving and her mouth. You could actually read her lips and know what she said to this invisible creature from you're only 20 feet away. So you heard parts of it, but you knew the whole conversation she was having, not from the Dark One. You don't know what the Dark One said back to her, but you know she was talking
Right.
to someone and what she said to them.
So I kind of cock my head curiously and make my way in their direction.
How you want to do it? Do you want to do it stealthily? You want to do it like you don't really
And
care?
Normal approach, yeah, I don't care.
And
Stealth.
You both see what looks like a short-haired figure dressed in black and browns, darker browns, approach you from the west. Or from the east, my fault.
And there it is now.
Yes.
Okay, so as I walk up, I kind of cock my head and furrow my brow, and I look at Valia, and I ask her, "Who are you talking to, woman?"
Can you not see him either?
She told me it's the Dark One. That must mean that it's invisible.
I kinda
Roll
like-
history to see if you know what invisibility is. No, I'm fucking with you guys.
Like, come on.
That would have been a dickhead move I would have done for first-time D&D players a long time ago, but I ain't.
Please don't.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. We do not need the end game to be stairs, okay? We do not need that to happen again. Although it was funny.
So I kind of glance around, and kind of just after a brief pause of pondering, I ask her, "The Dark One you speak of, is this your god?"
No. Appears to be minion. Someone called Sosas the Great.
I kind of look at her funny, and again, still kind of like looking around to see if there was anybody there that she had been speaking to, as if they were hiding.
You can't see nothing. You just
Right.
see nothing.
And I address her again. "Have you been eating mushrooms, woman?"
I turn and look at the Dark One and say, "Why did you not try and attack him? I thought you were supposed to protect me."
He snuck up on me. Besides, you do not approve. How dare you question me on stabbing things? I stab plenty of things. And you see this look on her face. It's like it's almost disgust with the way he talks to her, but it's kind of curiosity too, because she's still curious on why this creature's following her around.
So kind of accepting her for just being, out of her mind or like hallucinogenic. I kind of look over and catch the gaze of Celine, and I ask her, "What is your name?"
Why, my name is Celine.
So I'm going to show you something, Valia, real quick. As you're looking down as they're talking, you see that. It's now standing next to you. Did you get the record? There it is.
Anybody else see that?
Only you. And he went from being 3 feet tall to a female standing.
Turned into that?
You see her change into this.
Okay.
And you know it's a dryad. And continue your conversation, sorry. Just trying to keep the thing going here.
When Celine announces or explains, what her name is, she's going to look over and whisper and be like, "But it seems like she's already been to the bar. Or tavern."
Bar, tavern.
I think she has been to more than just drink.
Oh, okay.
What does the Dark One say now?
You could see
Mark?
she's actually kind of shocked that this just happened. So you know that something abruptly has changed in her little friend that she's seen, but you don't know what has changed. You just know something's changed. The way she's looking at the figure now is totally different from the way she was. Did I get it right, Valia? Okay.
It turned into this green creature. I know what it is. Do I need to roll for that?
No, it's a dryad. You know what it is.
It turned into a dryad.
I want you to get a +5 on knowledge nature, both of you, and roll for knowledge nature. So, you know how to do that, Dan? Down at the bottom, see where it says +5?
Okay.
Click
For,
that, and then roll
man.
your nature check.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, and that'll give you a +5. Not you, Valia, you know.
Okay.
I was talking to them too.
Good. I got a terrible roll.
So just so you know, I roll individually for stuff. I don't let everybody see everything or let everybody hear everything. I let people's own individual senses and knowledges lead them. Okay? I don't let everybody roll a check for a group check. If someone in the group doesn't know, their roll will show it, right? Dan or Ulfric, you know that what a dryad is. You've never seen one. You've only heard of them, but you know what type of creature it is. It is a fey creature. Celine, you know exactly what a dryad is, and you know that a dryad's not going to reveal itself to anybody, but it's not going to hide like that either. So it's very peculiar to you why it's hiding. When it's in a fey-like village, Feywild, it's very different from what you're used to.
You said that it was a dryad, and you have spent time with the Fae, yes?
Yes.
As a town that is celebrated in glory of Fae, and this dryad stays for only your viewing, perhaps it should be of goodwill to you to listen to what it has to say.
Won't answer any of my questions.
You
I have a
haven't.
lot of them.
You haven't asked me.
I asked you, what is your name? What
You
are you?
asked him, not me.
What do you know about me?
Everything.
What can you tell me?
What do you want to know? And you hear her having this conversation, but you don't hear with who.
Why can no one else see you?
I choose not to reveal myself
What is that?
because your patron deems it so.
It's my next step.
And as you say that to her, you see her go into the ground and vanish.
Okay, she disappeared.
And now what
Oh.
you guys see on the ground, you see a pile of leaves that weren't there before.
It looks like it went poof.
I hate this character you're playing more than the others. I'm just fucking.
So,
it's funny.
I approached the pile and bent over and just kind of like run my hand through the leaves, just kind of like inspecting it. You know?
It feels like any other leaves or grass or, there's nothing peculiar about it.
Alright, I pick up one of the leaves and just kind of crush it under my nose and smell it.
It smells like, it's got like a oak earthy smell. Does that make sense? Like if you were to set oak on
A
fire.
leaf.
What?
It smells like a leaf.
Yeah, it smells like a fucking leaf. Okay, I'm gonna give you descriptions so that way you tell me shut the fuck up. Quit being a smartass, Ron.
I just kind of like turn from the pile and just look at them like, you know, like, who the hell are these people?
You actually say that, or are you just thinking it?
No, I'm saying, like, that's my demeanor, as if, you know, my body language just kind of says that.
So what are we all standing here for? She's interesting. Who are you?
Wait, were you addressing me or her?
DM, could you give us an aura of what we feel? Tim?
Roll insight.
Good idea. Want to do
All
that?
of us?
No, you two, because if you want to know what you're feeling with Ulfric.
And yes, that was addressed to you because it's only us two.
Ulfric, I want you to roll deception. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me if you're trying to deceive them, or if you're trying to let them know who you are. Like your intentions.
Ah, okay.
Are you trying to steal their pocketbooks, or are you there?
No,
honestly.
I was, right, yeah, honestly, just curious. Saw something strange. Yeah, there's nothing crazy going on. I'm not trying to really conceal anything.
So you both noticed that about him, pretty much. You noticed he was just curious, and you realized why, because you look like a fucking Fruit Loop talking to yourself. And that's what the vibe is putting off.
What is your name?
My name is Ulfric. I'm not from these parts.
Well, that is rather obvious. You don't sound the same as us.
As it is for you, woman.
Well, this is familiar territory for me.
What are you doing here?
Who?
Hey, both of you.
I believe what I am doing is none of your business.
Spoken like a rogue.
She whips out her douche flute.
Douche flute? What the fuck?
I'm allowed one musical instrument.
I'm still here. I can still hear you. I'm gonna go get a soda.
I'm just saying, I'm allowed one musical instrument, and I have a douche flute.
Oh
all
my
right?
God. That's
And
how
it
on the
plays
list.
Wondrous music while I'm puffing.
I'd like to point out that this music has like night sounds.
It is night.
That was short because you said it was afternoon.
It was
when I met
afternoon,
her.
but I didn't say how far afternoon it was.
It was in the night when you and I met.
Yeah, you guys, it started to turn night. If you would have paid attention to what me and Dan, when Dan started doing his, it started to turn nighttime. Now it's moved to night. The time is... Just don't think of time of passing the same way in D&D as it does in the real world. Because this plane of existence might have a 20-hour day instead of a 24-hour day.
You don't have to turn your camera off to pick your nose, just own it.
On YouTube.
So,
Oh, busted, she was smiling.
you're just dressed in all dark, right? Like you're just a random dark figure.
I mean, you know, leather, so think like hides, you know, dark color, kind of like earthy colors.
Yeah, darker colors. Browns and blacks.
Yeah.
Well, it may not be our business, but you are in a magical village, and you are dressed rather boring. You probably could stir up trouble. for I am here to look at the moon and the stars and my own shrine. Because
So
I have all the time.
As she says, like, I'm dressed boring, I kind of look at her funny. And I ask her, so do your gods only speak of the moon and stars?
Yes.
Just so blunt, so short.
So yes, motherfucker, yes.
So I tell her, my gods are of valor and war.
I find that rather ridiculous. Why only speak of war when there's so much more to be had? You die here, but where do you go?
So, I kind of like circle around, not necessarily threatening, friendly, kind of open body language, but I kind of just like circle around them, like scoping them out,
And you see him doing this.
So I'm gonna have my hands behind my back and kind
So
of.
you kind of see him as he goes.
As I'm watching him.
Yeah, you see him kind of go behind you, and then a few seconds later he emerges over here. And Valia, you're watching him circle around behind her, and he does the same thing to you. He like moves around behind you, and he kind of glancing. You see his eyes moving up and down, not in a perverted want to fuck you type way, but more or less scoping you out to see what he's dealing with. Anything that would be peculiar. And roll a Constitution saving throw, Valia.
Trip him.
Say strip him?
No, trip him.
No, I
You
said trip him with your tail.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I do... Okay.
He's trying to be all badass. He fucking biffs it. Stifling tail, like that'd be great.
And you're good. Your tail
Better
doesn't.
idea.
Your tail doesn't move. And you, because like your body would move, right? So your tail would move as you turn your hips to pay attention to what he's doing. So, and it doesn't move. You don't notice anything underneath her cloak or anything like that. She looks like a human to you.
It's far enough. Not any closer.
So as I kind of come to a stop after circling, I ask them, I kind of look at them and just out of nowhere I say, are you slaves?
And you see their looks as they are right now on their faces, like puzzled.
I am from much further than you could ever imagine. The last thing I would be doing is being a slave here in this plane. But thank you.
I'm not
you
a slave.
And you said I perceived Dahlia as a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually an elf, because her cloak is sticking up, but you don't perceive it as weird.
Okay.
You would think, oh, she's an elf, because her cloak is, the cloak's kind of pushed out on the side a little bit, because you think it's ears. So you think she's an elf. She's lost her tiefling-like features, with maybe the perched or the puffy cheekbones from demonic bone tissue that would be along her cheekbones or along the side of her face. So it's kind of, her face does look elven, like it's very weird. But to you it doesn't look weird. It's weird if you know she's a tiefling.
Right.
what justifies us in being a slave? Do slaves wear boring gear as what you are, or do they not use magic? What is it that you define as a slave?
Slaves do many things. They work and they toil. But they have many tasks.
It's yours.
Say what?
It's your task.
I have no task.
Why are you here?
I travel and I learn.
You want to learn?
What do you mean, woman? The world is everything to learn.
Where are you approaching us?
I see you speaking to nothings, woman. Of course I'm going to approach you. What are you doing?
And you hear that in the middle, you hear that all of a sudden.
There's no point of yelling.
Why are you screaming, slave?
My hand kind of drops, like as I hear it, you know, I kind of like posture up and my hand drops to my waist, to the hilt of my blade. And I kind of whip around in the direction I hear it coming from.
And all of a sudden, the noise of the crickets and the brightness of the trees, the crickets are gone. And the trees have dimmed.
Who turned out the lights?
So again, I kind of whipped around in the direction and, you know, just looking. And I'm quiet. I'm just taking everything in, kind of scanning around patiently.
You see a eerie fog starts to roll in around your feet. Just creeps ever so slowly. It's not like light fog. It's thick, obscuring fog. Like it's got its own personality. Like it's trying to cover every inch of terrain it can get it that it can cover.
Alright, so I kind of gesture to the two women and I tell them, slaves, come. And I, to the south there, you can see there's this
It's supposed to be a
that's-
fucking serious moment and you called him. I can't fucking. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so to the southwest, you see this building that's, well, it's to the south of me, really. There's kind of like a nook there. I kind of gesture and tuck away into this nook. And, you know, like, beckon them to come with me, just, like, turn our backs to the building. So literally, like, back up against the outside of the building in that nook there. Or better yet, is there would there be a door there within short distance?
Where are you going? Like you can click your character and drag him to whatever square you want to go to.
Okay, so there's a building right here.
Yeah. As you approach the building, you see the people start slamming their shutters and doors. Like you see the town go from this vibrant, peaceful place to everybody's all of a sudden trying to get inside and close doors. You even see the town militia across the street. They left face and march into the Grange, and the last guard that goes in, they close the doors. You see all the stall vendors that were on the streets, they duck down behind their counters and drop the wooden shades that would, you know, like it's like a door. They're closing their, you don't see them leave their stalls, but you see the stalls closing up, like all of a sudden, it's closing time for the whole town, and you don't know why.
Okay, so again, if you look on the map,
I see
there's
you.
that building. Right. And there's like a nook right there.
Yeah.
And I'm tucking away with my back to the wall of that building there, like in that nook. And that's
Okay.
kind of where I gestured for them to.
Did you guys follow him?
Yeah, I'm gonna casually pull out my warhammer and just be twirling it around. And I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just walking over to the building and muttering to myself, "It's a rather peculiar dinner bell for everyone to be closing shop."
So as she says that and is haphazardly following me, I'm going to like, kind of raise and lower my hand at her as to like shush her, and I'm going to say, why do slaves carry weapons here?
Because joke's on you, I'm not one.
Again, like I
As I'm ducking down towards him.
gesture my hand to silence her.
Slowly trailing behind them a distance, because I'm not sure where the sound came from.
You
Okay,
see. So as you guys, you heard it coming from. I don't have a portrait for this, but you heard it come from like over in here. You don't know exactly where, just in that area. But as you see a boy, a human boy, about right there, and you see two figures. You see what looks like. I'm assuming you're trying to hide. I would imagine. Is that what you're doing? Because I'm assuming when you moved over to the same area as him that you're trying to be hidden, or doing what he tells you to remain hidden. Valia, are you trying to hide? Okay. Now you guys get to hear a dialogue from my book. That's very cool. Now I gotta find it. Give me a second. Hold on. The two figures, the taller one was a man who wore black clothing and was wrapped in a black cape. Next to him stood a woman wrapped in a velvet cape and appeared to be wearing nothing underneath. Yeah, I was such a pervert at 13. The cape. It was wrapped around her so that nothing was showing. So you can't see, but you obviously can tell she's not wearing armor or any protrusions of clothing. The man looked like a nobleman from a castle in another land. He was dressed in a black suit. The cape hung upon his shoulders and the neck, and he was about a foot above the ground. So he's levitating. And you could see the fog underneath his feet, but he's roughly about a foot above the fog. So he's not touching the ground, and when he moves, he doesn't walk. He glides. He looked like a count by the appearance and clothing. He had black short hair slicked back along his head. His skin was pale and white, and his eyes had dark circles underneath them, as though he hadn't slept in a few days. His madam was dressed in the velvet cape around her. Her hair was long and shiny and black, about down to her shoulders, or a little past her shoulders. Her hair, the moonlight glimmered in the reflection of her hair. Her body was slender and beautiful, and was slightly shorter than the count. As he got closer to the two strangers, so now you see the boy walking up to these two strangers. He began to notice as he looks, you can see he has like this puzzled look on his face, like he's curious. And you can see he's looking at the female humanoid. I gotta find the dialogue for you. Where are you headed, lad? To Barbania, the boy replies. My name is Scapetri, and this is my lovely Countess Analea. Why are you going to Barbania tonight? Because I am seeking the help of a friend. A boy shouldn't travel at night alone, but only during the day, unless he is armed. The boy looks at him. Thanks for the advice. And you see, as this intense stare down begins, you see the male figure. He kind of looks at him with this. You see this red sheen cross his eyes, and you see the female start to do like a girly seductive thing to try to seduce, like a woman will do. They're trying to look at him as he's the only one in the world, that type of look. And you see her face just wrenches with terror. Like she said, oh shit washes over her face. And she's gone. The woman just leaves. And you see the Count, he's kind of confused. He looks over his shoulder, and he looks back, and he catches, and then he bolts. And that's where we're going to stop.
Thank God this isn't my job. I would be fired
Why?
a long time ago. I'm really bad at this.
No.
Even Dan did better than I did.
That's
and
because
he's done it before either.
You didn't adopt the accent. You gotta take the accent, girl.
Adopted the Arnold Schwarzenegger app.
It's okay.
Arnold's a Schwarzenegger.
Not really.
Yeah, it was Russian.
It's just a tumor. He didn't talk like that.
I'll be back.
I didn't tell you to tuck into the little nook there. I'd say, get to the chopper!
Yo!
Down, we must go!
Alright, everybody on YouTube, thanks for watching. Grand total of 1 viewer. Tell your friends. We'll be back again next week. Y'all have a good one. Peace out. Alright, and...